Well, greetings everybody. I'm Ilra of Rhythmic Service. I had to just drop in for a moment too because I'm also having a birthday. I have a birthday every month, but I haven't told anybody about it because you don't quite have enough numbers to head up to my birthday. No, we're past the 200,000 mark, and then we just kind of forget about it from that point. But I wanted to celebrate with all of you because you understand what's taking place here on planet Earth. It's getting rather beautiful. Now, we know you've got all these problems. You've got ISIS, you've got Al-Qaeda, you've got all these different things going on in your world that you think you've got to control. But I'll tell you something else. There's so many different divisions of this. You live in one aspect of it only. But there's others. And there's other choices being made. And some of the beautiful parts about this will tell you very simply that in another dimension of time and space right next to yours, the one closest to you, if you want to think about it that way, the one closest to you, they've just resolved the situation. They found a peace. They found a way to neutralize the hate and the war on planet Earth in that one situation. And it might even spread to others. So hold a little bit of hope, because the vibrational walls are getting pretty thin now, and you're going to see a little bleed through from that one. All of a sudden you'll be walking around, and you might think, oh, the world's a mess, I don't have anything to be happy with, and all of a sudden you find yourself laughing. Well, that's a reset, and that's what we get to do from this side of the veil. Now, you still have free choice. We don't impose anything on you, but we set an opportunity for you to see the hope. Because that's the part that's missing. You understand when you start getting all these focuses and getting so tight on what you see and looking so closely that you actually project what you want to see on the screen in front of you. And you create your own reality this way, day after day after day. But then when you don't see your heart's desire reflected in other people, and other people don't seem to be going in the same direction that you are, well, now you've got a little bit of a change, a little bit of a difference. And that difference can make you doubt yourself and make you wonder what has taken place in the world around you. Well, dear ones, you're all connected in these beautiful ways. Let us just share with you that that connection is getting stronger. As you start unveiling the parts of each other, you'll see the ways that you're connected. You'll see that just a little shift of your own heart energy here can make a difference with the people around you and even spread out into the communities and even the global part of every part of it. It's magical indeed. Now, one of the parts that we wish to share with you here today is to let you know that all the time, you're never alone. You're never alone. No, and you've got all these challenges going on. You're trying to figure out the world. Oh, that's what you want to do. You want to put it all down in a piece of paper and say, this is how it works. This is what's going to happen. Well, it doesn't always work that way, but we come pretty close. And now what's taking place is you're getting to a point where you can rediscover your own power. Now, that's beautiful. You've got all new rhythms on planet Earth, and many of you are trying to adjust to them, having a little bit of a hard time sometimes actually bringing it down. I'll get a button for that here somewhere.
I'm so sorry.
There it goes. Anyway, we know the challenges that many times you have. And we also tell you that you've got strength built in. You've got a part of us deep inside of each one of you. No, you don't have to talk this way to make it work. That's strictly mine. Yeah. Anyway, we want to share with you specifically that over the next several months, there'll be opportunities for you to release your worries, your challenges, and trying to fix the world all the time. You can start letting go of some of those things and enjoy the journey for a little bit. Now, we tell you, yes, you're part of the world. Yes, these are everybody's problems that they have to resolve and communicate with in a new way. And you may have a part of that. We'll wait and see. But in the meantime, you ground a tremendous amount of light. And that light is needed to be grounded right away. That is more, there's more of a vacancy of light in the earth than you can imagine, and you can be the vessels that bring it through. So what we're going to ask you to do is, you've got all these challenges going on your planet. You've got these people over here who don't understand these people here, who hate these people over here, who'd like to fight these people over. Oh, you've got so many games going on your planet, it's almost sad. So what we're going to ask you to do is to take a moment out of the games, all of them. Don't judge them as right or wrong. Just put them on pause for a moment. And we would like you to work this month with the earth. Bring your light through to planet Earth. Start to bring some of the energy through. And for 30 days, every time you look at something, you go, oh my goodness, what's going on? Stop what you're doing. Take a breath. Bring the energy through you and just ground it. It feels wonderful in a physical body when you do that. I've got one of those here too.
Yes.
See? Feels pretty good there.
Maybe yes, maybe no.
Oh, well, we'll work it out. But that's the idea. You got it now. We're going to distract you a little bit because there's so many pieces taking place. We'll tell you, first of all, there's some really good people on the job. A lot of light workers are working at this already, and we'll ask you to send energy to settling the earth collectively, but don't take it as your responsibility. That is an important part. Once you take it as your responsibility to fix the world, you go down with it. And we need you. We need you up. We need you full of energy, full of life, full of rhythms, ready to set the new energies of planet Earth and take this and make something magical of it. These are the times that all of you wanted to be here. You actually rearranged your whole cosmic schedule so you could be on Earth right at this moment. That was beautiful. And we're really proud of you for being here during these times. You're making a major difference. Now, watch for a couple of things. Number one, when you're watching your televisions, when you're bringing in the newspapers, when you're bringing all that news through you, and you go, oh, this is really sad. Oh, this is really difficult. Oh, this is... Take a moment, set it down, shut off the television, whatever you need to do, and run some energy to that beautiful planet that you're on. She can really use it right now, and furthermore, she will provide the essence to help resolve the problem anyway. So, it's all coming in a beautiful path. Yes, you've got a few more difficult turns to take. It's no surprise to tell you, you've got a few unruly people on planet Earth, and they're scared. That's really what this is. Now, there's a lot of predictions we can make about it, but let's stay away from it all for just a moment. Let's refresh your hearts and reset a new energy of hope. That's where it comes from. And if you can't find it in your own world, then all you've got to do is pay attention to the adjacent reality right next to yours. And sometimes you'll find yourself smiling for no reason. Well, that's a perfect reason right there. Because we're sending it to you to tickle your funny bone, to remind you that it's a game and you're supposed to be having some fun. So, now you've got it. And that's what we're going to ask you to do. Ground your light into the earth. She needs the light. She can use your balance in a lot of ways. And that will also put your energy to work in a grounding process. That's perfect. Because each one of you have a little part of the puzzle that is going to be needed to build this new earth. You've all got little unique parts that are very beautiful, but they all have to come together, which means that you've got to have enough communication to do that. Well, that's going to be happening. And now that you've got the impetus to do that, can you see what's happening? Can you see that perhaps this may be the first time that you've got all these countries talking to each other? Could be magical. You could walk out of this with a beautiful escalation of vibration. You can walk out of this to live in a whole new place. So expect that. Set that in your path ahead as a crystal. And then when you walk upon it, you go, oh, look at that. It all happened just the way we wanted it to. What do you know about that? Oh, maybe I am a creator after all, you'll say. Well, you're more than you can imagine. The reality is you've done pretty well, even though when you first got here, you didn't want to do any of that. Yes, yes. A lot of you had to panic. A lot of you actually went into a whole process of separation, anxiety from being away from home, of being alone as a spirit, or at least you think you're alone, because that's the game you're playing, pretending to be separate. We ask you to connect to the earth, especially during the next 30 days. It'll make a big difference and send a graceful energy all over the planet. That's your responsibility. That's what you came to do. A lot of you came with very special, unique gifts that you brought to Plan B here. Well, you made it to Plan B. Plan A is over with. You didn't end the earth. Now we're going to see what you can build out of it. Now we're going to see just what you can do with this place. You've got the beautiful garden planet in all of the universe. What are you going to make of it? What's next? That's the question we're going to ask you. Now, you can wait for feedback and see what's happening with the world and see what's next and what's coming next, or you can decide what's next. And that's where we're going. It's time for the conscious creators to awaken from the dream and enjoy the journey. It's not about the destination. You don't have to be anywhere, but you are going to be in motion somewhere. It's about the journey. That's the whole purpose of this. So, swing way over here and then take a little detour over here. And don't forget to go down here and way up here and experiment all over the place. Enjoy every part of it. All of it is for your pleasure. All of it is for you. You're the magicians who set this into motion. We're simply here to help you remember who you are and help you pick up the pieces from there. You had a lot of dreams before you came here to planet Earth. And we don't just mean individually, we mean as a collective. You came in as part of a really large group. The family of E is huge. And you've already made huge impressions and pushed the Earth in a direction, and humanity in a direction of growth and sustained evolution. Magical. And now you get to do it again. Well, this time open your eyes as you do it. Become aware that you're not alone, that you're actually holding hands with a whole bunch of beautiful people around you. Dare to look at them in the eye. Encourage them. Open those paths as well. And you'll start to move as a collective of humanity instead of a whole bunch of individuals all scampering around trying to find their way. It's time. And you've got the motivation to do so. And you've also got your leaders coming together of a common cause. And no matter how difficult you think that common cause is or the challenges on Earth, look at the positive sides and look at some of the things that would not have happened had this not been in motion. You're actually on a beautiful path. And you're also in charge of it. So enjoy the journey. Take it where you like it. Enjoy the areas of discovery of all kinds of planet Earth and all the areas. And know above all that you're loved more than you can understand. We watch you every day, dear ones. You see some of the struggles you go through. We see you taking responsibility for things. We see your heart hurting over the fact that you can't get your energy out sometimes. But it's all turning around. And you've got that part of it deep within you. Become part of the collective here. Speak your words. Let it out. Don't worry about the effect it has. Speak it. Speak it in such a way that there's room for other people to have their own truth. You don't have the only truth, but it's also important that you start speaking your truth. You carry that little part with you. Now you may doubt it. You may, oh, who am I? What am I going to be? The one who saves the world with my little piece that I brought from home. Well, you can't unless you put it down now, can you? And that's what we're asking you to do. Put your piece in place. It's time. And above all, enjoy the journey. It's with the greatest of honor that we greet you in these ways as the collective of what you call the group. That's not a word that we put on it, but we do find it very amusing. And we also find it very beautiful. Because what's happening here is you've resonated a part of your heart that reminds you of home. And reminds you why you're there. So keep up the great work. Know that you're loved. There's a brand new rhythm on earth and you're pretty close to adapting it into your lifetimes. Watch for the hope, dear ones. Watch for the hope, no matter where it comes from. Accept it. Make a space in your heart for it to come into your reality and then ground it when it does. You're on a beautiful path. And know that we're right behind you. Every step of the way. It's with the greatest of honors that we ask you to treat each other with respect. Nurture one another every chance you get and open the door for each other, for God's sake. It helps a lot. And play well together. A Spavo. Emilra of Rhythmic Service.